Hello everyone and welcome back to Jacqs Scraps. Thanks for joining me today. I have another project share for Country Craft Creations using the G45 folder die. So let's get started. So here is my mini album using the file folder die. This measures 4 1/8 inches wide, including the tab, and 5 1/2 inches long with a 1/2 inch spine. On the front, I did a lot of layering of flowers that I cut out from the collection using my new scan and cut, which was a lot of fun. Under the floral, I added some lace ribbon here, and then I included some Tim Holtz mirror hearts here on the front. I also used some Wink of Stella to go in the centers of the flowers, as well as I outlined the flowers on this journal card here in the back that says Best Day 24/7 365, and that is framed in a Heidi Swap chipboard frame, which I thought matched really well with this collection's floral pieces. On the back side, I just added a little floral element from the collection that I fussy cut out. So this mini album can be used for a single event, or it could be used to just capture your memories. Let's go inside. On the inside cover, I fussy cut out this corner and created a pocket and created this little tag from the collection. Really pretty. We have a 3x5 photo mat here on the right hand side. I added one of the little hearts, and again I used Wink of Stella throughout this project in the centers of the flowers and on the hearts. Again, I hope you'll be able to see that. It's really pretty. Now the way that I added this, you can still tuck your photo right down in there. On this side, I added a little border here of floral, and you can again tuck underneath that. On this page, I have a little belly band here that I created. I added a tag here and made it a tuck spot. So you have this cute little ticket here. The belly band is actually a tuck spot where you can add photos here, and they'll just tuck right down into the belly band. And this is a little pocket, so inside you'll find another little photo area where you can add a photo here and do some journaling on the back side. On this page, we have a side tuck spot where I've added some floral along with some of the paper collection. This is a My Mind's Eye journaling card that I've included. I love the cute little heart there. Over here, we have another 3x5 photo spot. And again, you can tuck down into the floral that's been added there along with the cute little heart. On this side, we have another photo area. I've added a little floral piece here. And on this side, we have a belly band as well. This one goes all the way through. This is a tag from the collection. And then I adhered a little ticket there, put a little Wink of Stella on the hearts there. Now this is a little pocket page. So on the inside, I included one of the postcards from the collection. I love that. So it just tucks down in there. Here we have a little waterfall, and I actually created these pages using the folder die, and I show that in the tutorial. So these flip up. You have a room to put a photo there. You could even do a little journaling right here in between the two flips. And then this one comes up, and you can add a photo down here as well if you wanted to. Another photo mat area. Again, you can tuck down in there. The same here. I loved adding the floral over the photo mats. I just think it'll add something to the photos. And on this side, a top and bottom little tuck spot here. This kind of just slides right out. So you can tuck down there and up there. But I did a double tuck. This page is a pocket as well. And we have this floral. On these pieces, I glued the floral pieces all the way down so you can't tuck into them. But you could add a photo here or even back here and then journal in either spot. On the last page, we have a little side pocket there. I added another tag from the collection. And over here, we have a little tuck spot right there for your photo. So that's my little mini album, my little mini folder album. Super fun and easy to create. I hope you'll give it a try. And I have a tutorial following this portion of the video if you can stay around for that. And for those that can't, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this project. Now let's get started with the tutorial. For this project, I'm using Love Letters Collection by Country Craft Creation. And I will be using the G45 folders and sentiment die. The first thing you'll need to do is select your decorative paper from whichever collection you're using and cut out the folder piece 8 times. So I already have mine cut out here. Now you're going to need one of those that will be for the cover. So for the cover, I cut the folder out one more time in very lightweight, thin chipboard. Now this was on the back of a message pad or something that I had, and so I used that. You can see how thin it is. Once I had that cut out as a whole piece, I then cut it in half so that I could have my front and back covers separate. I did the same thing with one of the decorative pieces that I have already cut. I cut that in half. So one of these will be on the back and one will go on the front of my chipboard pieces. And these will make my cover. Now we're going to take our cover pieces and set these aside for a moment. We'll talk about the decorating on the inside of the covers in a moment as well. Let's pull out our decorative pieces that we cut out previously. These are now going to be called our pages. And go ahead and fold on all of your pages. Now you'll note that you can fold in both directions. One seems a little bit easier than the other way, just to help you figure out which way to fold it. And once we have all of them folded the way that we want them, you're going to take your pieces and you're going to figure out what order you want them in. So I've already done that. I have them in the order that I want them to go in. And then the next thing that I do is figure out which piece do you want to be the front cover. I'm going to go with the one that's shorter because that allows me to do a little bit more decorating, but also allows me to showcase the first page. If you use the one with the tab, it's going to cover the first page. And I think this would be better as a back cover so that it protects your pages. So this is how mine is going to be. Okay, so at this point, you've figured out what order you want your pages to go in. You've folded on all of them. The next thing we're going to do is I'm going to demonstrate how I'm going to put this together. So this is my first page, and I'm folding it this way. This will be glued onto the back of my front cover. So this will all become one piece, okay? For my next piece, what I'm going to do is flip my folder around, or my page, and I'm going to glue on the back of here and adhere that to the back of the first page. So these two become one. I'll take my third page and I'm going to attach the two smaller sides together. And when I do, I'm only going to glue on 3 sides and adhere these two together. When gluing on 3 sides, it will actually give me a little pocket in the center here. I'll take my next page, which is this wood one. I'm going to flip this around, add glue here, and glue these 2 pieces together. Now, if you want, you could make this a pocket as well on the side or a pocket on the top, but I've decided for construction's sake and to give it some more firmness to attach these 2 pages together. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for all of my pages. These small pieces go together, making a pocket. My next page will have the big, larger sizes going together and making 1 page until I'm all the way done. Now for the last page, I'm going to add adhesive all the way across this and add it to my back cover, and this becomes 1. And that now creates your little mini album. Now I'm going to glue everything offline because I've walked you through how to do it, and then after that we'll do some decorating. So what I'm going to do for decorating is on the pages that have the tab, I'm going to put a photo mat. And you're going to need 7 photo mats, and I'm using this cardstock by Doris, and I'm also rounding the corners. So I'm using a 1/4 of an inch rounder for all of my corners. I just thought it looked nicer because there's some round detailing on our file folder. So all of the corners are actually rounded. There's rounding in the middle as well as the tab. And I just really liked how that looked. To give you an idea here, it'll look like this. So I've created 7 of those. So wherever I have a large tab, I'm going to put my photo mat. So it'll go here. When I flip to the next page, it will go on this side. I'm going to go to the next page. It'll go here. And so on. To embellish it, I'm going to be using elements from the Love Letters collection, as well as maybe some items from the My Mind's Eye Hello Gorgeous journaling cards. I found that some of these elements match really well, and so I may use some of these. I pulled them out just in case I need to use them. But mainly I'll be embellishing with elements and maybe doing some fussy cutting from the paper collection. For inking, I'll be using Distress Ink Vintage Photo by Ranger. Once all of our pages are together and our covers are on, the next thing we need to do is to cover the spine. I've cut a piece of ribbon, and this is 5.5 inches long. The width is 1.5 inches. I wouldn't go any smaller than that in the width. I think I'm stretching it at this point. But what we're going to do is take the ribbon and wrap around the spine. So I'm going to leave probably about 1/2 inch on this side and 1/2 inch on the back side, like that. When you add adhesive, you're only going to add it to the front cover and the back cover. Do not add adhesive to the spine. This will allow the spine to work easily without any cracking or bending. And when you put your ribbon on, or you could use leather, whatever you have, when you open this up, it will have a little bit of a bubble probably right here, but it's okay. It will still work. It will still lay flat. You'll see when we get it on. So that's what I'm going to do next, is to put this on before I start decorating, because I want to be able to decorate over the ribbon. Before I add the ribbon, one more thing I wanted to mention. For the ends that I cut, I used some Jacqs fray check, and this is really great stuff. I just put it on the edge of my ribbon where I cut them so that it will stop any fraying. I want to say that one of the ways that I cut this, because sometimes cutting by hand I don't get it straight, I took my Tim Holtz ruler and lined up where I needed the end of my ribbon to be, so how long it needs to be, and then I smoothed this out, and then at the end of the ruler, then I went in and made my cut straight across, and that helped a lot. I'm not sure if you've ever done that before, but it was something new that I tried and wanted to share that with you. It just made it a lot easier to cut even ends. I'm going to use Fabri-Tac to adhere this down. For these small pockets that we created, you're going to need photo mats. I created mine and they measured 3 1/8 inch wide and 4 3/4 inches long. You'll need 3 of those. Now that we have all the pieces to create the mini album and our base created, let's move on to decorating. So that's it, everyone. I hope you have enjoyed this little tutorial and project share. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you create one, I would love to see it. So please share with me. Thanks a lot, everyone. I'll see you next time.